Hello guys, welcome back to part 8 of PHP programming language tutorial. On the previous tutorial, we have made some HTML here. We have made some calculator. We just designed the interface only. We don't make the brain for that calculator. This PHP part will be the brain for this calculator. Okay, this one is just an interface. To do our thing, the first thing that we have to do is that we have to make sure each and every labels here are not empty. Okay, so PHP have got a built-in function which is called not empty that will check whether a field is empty or not. Okay, so I'll make an if statement here. If not empty, okay, here I'm using a post method here, and if I want to make sure that this field is empty or not, the name for this field is num1, and the method that it is passed through is a post. Okay, post method here. So I will do some $sign here, and I'll make post, and I will name num1 here. Okay, it will make sure that this field is empty or not. Okay, then I will make another end statement to make sure the number 2 is not empty. Okay, so I will make sure not empty $_ post, then I will make a call to num2. Okay, and finally I will make sure whether an expression or an operator is selected or not. So how can I make sure? I will make an not empty function call here, and the name for these operators are the same, it is cal. Then I will make sure by this statement it's not empty or not, or it's selected or not. Okay, so I will make cal here. Okay, so if this thing has been filled, it means I am ready to go. Okay, I'm ready to press the submit button. But else I want the user to insert an expression. So let me equal to the user, please enter an expression. Okay, this will verify whether these fields are empty or not. Okay, so if it is not empty, what did I want to do? I want to assign each and every value to another variable. Okay, for instance, for the number 1, what the user have entered, I want to assign to another variable which is called the num1 here. Okay, so I will make underscore post here, and I'll make num1 here. Okay, num1. So whatever the user have entered, it's going to be assigned to this variable, the first number it means. So let me copy this thing, and let me do the same thing to the second number, and let me do the same thing to the operators. Okay, so the operator name is going to be cal here, so let me assign to a variable which is called cal. Okay, so this thing have the same name, but I want to switch them up. Okay, if it is an addition, I want to add the number. If it is a subtraction, I want to subtract the numbers, and if it's multiplication, I want to multiply, and if it is division, I want to divide the numbers. Okay, so how can I do that? By using the switch statement. So I'm going to write switch here, and I'm going to switch up the cal here, which stands for the operators. Then I'm going to do the following statement. For case addition, okay, if the value is addition here, I want to add the 2 number. So I want to equal out the sum of the 2 numbers. So I'm going to make num1 plus num2. For a case, it is a subtraction, or in my case, which is sub, I'm going to copy this thing. Okay, before that I have to make a break statement here, okay, to break up the loop. Then I'll come here and change this to sub. Okay, and then I'm going to use a minus operator here. Then finally I'm going to break up my switch here. Okay, for that whenever there is a place where it fulfill its condition, it's going to break out. It will not jump to another loop. Okay, that's what I'm doing here. So let me copy the same thing again and do the same thing for multiplication. The value for multiplication in my case, which will be mel, and I want to change this thing to a multiplication operator. And finally, let me paste this thing out. Before that, I have to make sure I have made a break statement here. Then let me change this thing into div, okay, which stands for division here. Then let me do this operator, the division operator, and finally let me break up here. Okay, so if there is any operator that the user had already inserted, which should not be happen on this case, but I have to make sure that it is safe, so I will write a default here. If on a default I want to equal to the user the expression you entered is invalid. Okay, this will be displayed if only if the user have entered a wrong expression, but it will not happen here because we are using a radio button. Okay, and finally I want to come here and break here, make a break statement. Okay, so this is what we have to do so far. Okay, there is an if statement here, then is an else. I guess we are set to go. So let's go to our browser and check whether this thing works or not. Okay, I'm not entering anything, so it will ask me please enter an expression here. Okay, so for instance let me insert 12 here and let me make 2, and I want to subtract 2 from 12, so let me check the subtract here and make a calculator. Oh, okay, the problem is I'm declaring the same variables here. Okay, that's the problem. Just let's reload this page and let's see what we have so far. Okay, just let me insert 12 and let me make 2 and press subtraction here and make a cal. It will return 10. Okay, if this is 12 and if I want to insert 2 here and if I want to add them up, it will be 14. Let me make 15 multiplied by 2. I will press multiplication here and it will be 30. For a division, let's try it. 12 divided by 4, which would be 3 obviously. Yeah, 12 divided by 4, it's 3. Okay, so that is our simple calculator, which is built in through PHP. On the next tutorial, we're gonna see something which is called an iteration. Okay, among the iteration things, we're gonna see something which is called a for loop. And till we meet on that tutorial, I can't wait to make it. Stay tuned, guys, and keep on subscribing my channel. Thank you very much.